I'm Nate Nowinski, and I've been interested in writing for a really long time, since I was about 8, and I've also been interested in the creative aspect in engineering as well. So I got started with writing when I was about 7 or 8. And that was after I had just started reading. And what really got me started was being able to create my own stories, because it was weird knowing that I could create my own stories just with a pencil and paper. Like these stories that were clad in like a hardback cover, and they were on our shelf, and I could pull them off whenever and just open them up, and I could create that just like in a notebook whenever I wanted. That was the power of being able to create a story that I came up with was really interesting.
I am Andrew Nowinski, and I'm Nate's younger brother. And something creative that Nate has probably done that I've noticed is he's made a board game, and it's really cool, and it was really fun to play and watch him make it. And he drew up everything. He drew up the map, and he made all the pieces out of Lego and Lego pieces and stuff like that with wheels. And it's just really fun to play, and I think that's something creative that he's done.
My name is Keen Nowinski. I'm one of Nate's younger brothers, and one thing that I noticed with Nate is that he seeks out his inspiration in anything that he creates, whether it's him writing or him making a new board game, or maybe removing all the furniture around our room. He usually will get inspiration from other people, whether it's books, mostly books, and I see it all turn up in his writing mostly. But yeah, that's one thing that I noticed about him.
What attracts me to writing would be just how far you can go with it and how little control you have over how far you can go with it. As one author put it, he said, writing stories is just creating characters and then stumbling about behind them, trying to write down every last thing that they do, because they, in a sense, have a very real life, a living, breathing life. At least all good stories do. It's really cool to just watch the character do something instead of forcing the character to do something that they want. It's much more interesting for the writer, one, because if you're forcing a character to do something, you're never going to cry when they die, because you force them to die as well. But if they die on their own, then you, the writer, are crying, and you, the writer, are a reader in that sense, and other readers will, in that sense, cry as well. And so being able to be just as excited as a reader hearing a story for the first time, it's very interesting, because I can hear the same story 1,000 different variations, and it's still the same story that I love.